All right, we got our favorite man here. Unfortunately, seemingly the lead Democrat right now for the presidency. So, hooray! It's Gavin Newsom, our favorite. I don't know, weirdo. I don't know, psychopath. Psychopath. I do not like this face that he's making right now. It fucking terrifies me. Trump is the leading socialist of our time. I already talked about in sort of like surreptitiously when Trump was basically doing a mafia esque shakedown of Intel, it was, which is more or less like a failing company, not performing quite well within the stock market. That he's basically just trying to scrounge whatever parts he can get from it before it, I don't know, collapses or whatever the fuck happens with Intel. And in his profit sharing sort of, I guess, dealio that's going on here. So I mean, it's gonna be fucking stupid, and everyone's like, liberals specifically are saying that, oh yeah, he's currently like a socialist. He's doing like socialist shit. It's like, oh, he's a socialist. Oh, he's mandating a dictatorship of the proletariat, so then they can take control of the means of production. Oh, fantastic, great, excellent. Except he's not doing that. So there's nothing socialist about this at all. Like, we're doing the same fucking idiot conflations all the time of, like, Soviet-style communism and socialism to whatever, crony state capitalist fucking bullshit that the Soviet economy actually was. Like, I've said this before. The Vanguard Party, I see it as no different than the Platonic idea of the fucking philosopher kings. That kings, or rather the vanguard of the proletariat, that being highfalutin fucking intellectuals, are meant to be the ones who are leading the proletariat. This is quite literally the exact same shit fucking Plato said when he was describing philosopher kings. Or it might have been some other fucking Greek not socialist, Greek philosopher from back during the times of the Hellenistic Greeks. I think it was Plato. But I don't want to 100% remember. But yeah, like, that's what I see fucking vanguardism is, and the sort of, like, idea that Stalin had. Again, the problems of fucking Marxism, Leninism should be, rather fucking obvious. Thank you, Alex. Yes, it was Plato. Thank you. I knew I wasn't forgetting, but I wasn't 100% certain. The problems of Marxism, Leninism should be extremely fucking obvious. Instead of actually dealing with the fundamental relationship between the proletariat and the bourgeoisie, what is replaced instead? Well, instead of the bourgeoisie, is replaced with state bureaucrats meant to be the ones who administer the whole economy. The problem with this should be extremely obvious from the fucking get-go. Extremely fucking obvious. The fundamental relationship is still the same. The people who are basically been replaced, instead of private capital owners, are now bureaucrats, like tenders of the state. But they are still essentially capital owners, just state approved capital owners. That is the fundamental fucking problem with Marxism Leninism. So to call him a socialist is rather ridiculous. Not to mention, like, the point of this is, again, it's the mafia-esque fucking shakedown of another fucking corporation that he wants to get something out of. That's the point. So, again, saying that this is socialist in any way, shape, or form is ludicrous at best. What do we have here?
The hostility to him is quite high, correct?
Yeah, of course. Of course, because of
why
some
is
of his,
that?
well, for obvious reasons, some of his views. And there's a lot of anxiety around those views. And they could be on issues related to domestic policy as it relates to, socializing, grocery stores, et cetera. It could be on national policy.
Trump.
Why are we conflating what Zoran Mamdani is doing to the shakedown, mafia-esque fucking shakedown that Trump is doing? These are wholeheartedly not the same. First off, what Zoran Mamdani is doing is a pilot program. He's testing the waters to see how it would work with local, grocery stores within New York. He's going to do it to 4 or 5 different locations. It's a test. He wants to see what'll happen, what'll work, how it'll happen, how it'll work, blah, 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 blah. He's doing a test. That's what it is. That's what a pilot program is. Newsom, you should be a big fan of those stuff because I don't know, you're like those kinds of like liberals who love doing pilot program stuff all the fucking time. You know, that the overly technocratic fucking bullshit. So get out of here with this like strange conflation that you're doing with between Trump and Zoran Mamdani. Again, what Trump is doing with Intel is just a shakedown. That's it. He wants to fucking scrap it or like ransack Intel for as many parts as possible before, I don't know, having the private equity vultures be the ones who, well, basically do the finishing blow on Intel. That's what it is.
Intel, in Trump Intel, the comparison is very obvious that you just made.
Yeah, no, I
correct.
And we need to make that point over and over and over. I mean, I remember what
it's not going to work, man. Like, that's not going to be receptive to a lot of young people because they don't agree. There's no root basis in socialist thought within what Trump is doing. There is root basis within fascist thought for what Trump is doing because Nazis also socialized a lot of fucking industries under the purview of the state, and further allowed for those private sort of like relationships between the state and those corporations. Exact same thing is happening here. This is stuff that the Nazis did, not socialists.
Wasn't Jeff Bezos out there yelling and screaming that Biden doesn't understand, capitalism? I mean, this guy is completely perverted capitalism, Donald Trump. It's crony.
Oh, this is going to be the pitch, isn't it? We're better stewards for capitalism in comparison to that meaty, stupid, bobeedy head Donald Trump. Vote for me. We love capitalism. We love capitalism. We love This is going to be a complete, utter fucking failure, dude. He's going to fucking lose in 2028 if this is the messaging that he's going to go with. It's over. Capitalism has failed. Neoliberalism has failed. It's not going to fucking work. This is not going to be receptive to the people that you need to win over, and that is young people. Because, simply put, it's just not, they're not going to be receptive to that message. Capitalism has fundamentally failed. People just don't fucking jive with it anymore. Simply put.
Crony capitalism. It's, whatever, you pay them off, give them a...
Always hated that fucking crony capitalism, by the way. It's like, no, dude. Like, it's like, this is the system working as intended. It's not fucking crony capitalism or whatever bumblefuck bullshit you want to call it. Like, no. This is not how that works. Like, it's not cronyism. This is the system working as intended. This is by design.
A phone call. I mean, these illegal tariffs, which we're also in court on, all the things that are happening in this country, it's just perverse that they could be shaping the Democratic Party in the context of the socialist brand, when in fact this guy is the leading nationalist and socialist of our time, Donald Trump.
He even combined nationalists and socialists at his time, but he doesn't want to fucking just call... He's a Nazi, dude. He just is. Like, okay. Let's not say he's a Nazi. Donald Trump's not your sort of, like, traditional Nazi. He's a bumbling buffoon who barely understands any of the fucking ideologies that he pretends to adhere to. He just wants to fucking play to a crowd, and the crowd that he's playing to is a bunch of fucking fascists and Nazis. Let's not be 100% inaccurate. Donald Trump doesn't really believe in anything. He doesn't give a fuck about much of anything. He is a fascist. I would say he's a fascist, not a fucking Nazi, though. That's for certain. But yeah, like, dude, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, he's not a socialist. The Nazis, like I've said before, have done the exact same things where they will socialize, and you have the state take over particular companies, corporations, and sectors of the economy in order to centralize it further into the state. That is the point. That is why he is doing what he is fucking doing. So to call this fucking socialist is complete, utter fucking nonsense. This has no thought or basis within Marxist, socialist, communist thought whatsoever. But, as expected from Gavin Newsom, his whole pitch is like, we're the ones who are going to do capitalism better. We're going to do it so much better than the other guys. Which is just going to be a message that's not going to be receptive. And it's already a fucking complete utter loser. Don't think there's really much else to say besides that.